Hey guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to the Real Hatfield Town here on Football Manager 2021. 2021, I hear you say? Yes, I am continuing this series until the database is ready on FM22, at which point I will start my brand new Hatfield Town series, which might sound like I'm just going to do the same thing again, but believe me, I am not. I've got some plans, I've got some ideas. Some of it is going to be like improv, like this series kind of was in the series before, but I want to try and get some groundwork down now to actually have a plan as to what I want to do for an actual series. So whether it's going to be more story based, obviously the game isn't story based, but the series itself could be story based. Anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about that because that's not for now. For now, we are talking about the Real Hatfield Town. So the last time I played, was it the first game of the season here? I think it was. Up here against Staines. I believe that was roughly when it was. It was definitely around the start of the season. I can't remember exactly when. But yeah, since then, we've had a pretty decent season so far, as you can see. We have unfortunately been knocked out of the FA Cup. We lost to Totton in the first qualifying round. We also lost to AFC Portchester in the Velocity Trophy second round. That was annoying. 2-1 after injury time. That was very, very annoying. We had to score a 93rd minute equaliser to take it to extra time as well, and then we whiffed it in extra time. We also then lost 1-0 to Stowmarket in the FA Trophy. We have actually had some league defeats as well. So we had one here against Broadfields United, sorry. And then we've had a couple of draws. A 5-5 draw here against Merstham. That was sort of the catalyst for change. And I'll talk to you about the squad as well. So we've had, actually might be better if I do it this way. We've had some comings and goings. So, the big out is Hudson Doncaster. He went to Coventry for 190,000, which is pretty good for a club at this level. Certainly, it's very, very good. But the big in is Hudson Doncaster. We brought him in on loan. As part of the deal to sell him to Coventry, I managed to negotiate a loan back clause. So he is ours still, technically, for one more season. Along with that, then, Argent has left. Zach Argent went to Salisbury on a free. That was disappointing, actually, because at the time I was in negotiations with another left back. And I don't know whether he thought that was going to be his replacement, so he upped and left. But actually, it was meant to just be backup because we were struggling for numbers in the left-back area. And his replacement, as it turns out, was meant to be his supplement, but is now his replacement, is Kagosi Nclair. I'm led to believe that is how you pronounce that. Now, I am familiar with him through his time at Stevenage. He was with us for 2 years. 43 appearances, no goals, it says there. Maybe he scored for us in the Cup. I definitely remember him scoring for Stevenage. I just can't remember whether it was a league match or not. But yeah, he wasn't really with us for very long. I think he could have been with us for longer. And it does say... Oh, wait, sorry. 1 year he was at Stevenage for. There we go. 22 appearances, no goals. Again, I'm sure I remember him scoring for us. Then he went to Rochdale, Scunthorpe, Barrow, and Barrow is where he was in real life. I think he's left them now. I think he's in non-league. But in game, he went back to Stevenage for 2 years, and then he joined me. But he used to play for Peterborough, and that's where most people might be familiar with him. Stevenage have a habit of this. We sign players from like League One teams who are really, really good, and then something happens. I don't know what. They don't play very well for us, and then their next move is to non-league. He's not the first. He is not the first where that's happened. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, a couple of other incomings then. So after the 5-5 draw, I took a look at our goalkeeping and thought maybe we could do with bringing someone else in. And as I was saying that to myself, Adam Parks became available. So I believe he's joined us from Watford. Yes, free transfer. He was a free agent, as you can see. We brought him in. I'm really happy with this signing. I think he's not replacing anyone per se. We've still got Extents. We've still got Murray. But just to have that extra safe pair of hands, as it were. So Extents is sort of, at least at this point in the game, he's peaking. He's reaching the end of his prime. Whereas Murray is still on the up. So it's just to fill that gap between Extents starting to decline and Murray reaching his peak. We've brought in Parks. He is, trying to find his age, 24. So I believe he's Yeah, he's only a couple of years older than Murray. But again, just little things like that make or break your team. And this is the lineup that we've kind of gone with at the moment. We have had some injuries, which is why some players are missing. Let's do a quick switcheroo there. So, for example, bring Green back in. So, yeah, this is the lineup that I've been using a lot this season. Swap extents for Parks, and this is pretty much the exact lineup that I've been using for most of this season. Actually, there's another switch. Boateng. Actually, no, I'll keep Boateng. It's fine. So, yeah, Parks in goal. And Claire, Green, Spooner, Harwood. Then Young and Boateng in midfield. Studholme, Hudson, Doncaster and Griffiths across the advanced midfield. And then Cotter up top. Bench, more often than not. So we brought in Rafe Brown. He's a left back on loan. He takes up the first role on the bench. Then we got Evans, Vela, Akram Chowdhury, Christian Sadie, Cantwell and Hilton. I don't know why I said Christian Sadie's first name, but yeah, Sadie, Cantwell, Hilton. Baker has been on the bench more often than not. I think he was injured recently, and that's why he wasn't on the bench at the start of this video, at least. We have got some players as well who aren't very happy right now and might be moving on soon. So Gadger wants a new challenge. I think Ruiz might be looking to get a move soon, although I do want to keep him around because he's very, very useful. Both Chowdhury twins have been talking about first-team football, and yeah, Baker was as well, so I brought him in, and he actually did all right, to be fair. He scored a lot of goals, but I like Cotter up front. Cotter makes things happen. So we have got a match, hence me talking right now about going into a match. Flackwell Heath, it's an away game, so I'm going to have two matches in this video, this one and then we've got a home game. I can't remember who against. Yeah, we're just going to go into the match. We're going to see how we do. Excuse me a second while I take a massive drink as well. Got one of those really crinkly bottles. I'm not a fan of those. I think I just poured half my drink down myself as well, which isn't very good. Okie dokie then. Go out there and continue from where we left off last time. I'm going to have to remember to switch off the match plan, if it hasn't been switched off already. I think it switched itself off. I was playing some matches last night just to get to a point where I could record again. I was wanting to get a little bit further in the season. One of the problems I have right now is my Steam Cloud is a bit messed up. Every game that has Steam Cloud saves, they all back up to the cloud except for this one. I don't know why. I took up a support ticket with Steam, and they effectively said there's nothing they can do, which I think is a bit weird, but they say there's nothing they can do. So I'm kind of stuck with it. So I have to stream from my desktop to my laptop if I want to play this on the fly, which is not the most convenient thing to do. So I don't play this as much. So this series is going to start wrapping up in the not too distant future, partially because of that. Partially because, 22 is out now, and hopefully the database won't take too long this year. I've heard there's some issues with the editor, but it shouldn't be too bad. It should be fixable. We'll see where that goes. But yeah, I wanted to get closer to the end of the season. I really wanted to try and get to the Football League in this save before moving on to the next one. I went way too slow in this series. Next series, I'm going to go a bit faster again. But overall, I've been happy with this series. Hopefully the club have been happy with it as well. I want to give a realistic representation of the players, but at the same time, results matter. And I think I've kept as much of the core squad as possible, as well as bringing in some youngsters. So right now, there's only 2 players in my starting lineup here who are actually members of the club in real life, or were members of the club in real life at the time. Hammond would normally take the place of Boateng, and that would make up a third. That's disallowed, never mind. And then on the bench, we've got Evans, Chowdhury, and that's it as well. So 4, 5, maybe 6 maximum right now. There are other players around, though. Ruiz, Baker, Argent's left. That's a shame. Yeah, I was about to say him, but no. But this next series, the new one that's coming up, I am going to try and keep the core squad for as long as possible, but at the same time, don't just dump them off camera like I've kind of done here, but actually put a little story behind it as to where they've gone and why they've gone and things like that. I don't know how well this is going to work, by the way. This could be a bit experimental again, but I want to try things out with this. I like the idea of storytelling. I've been watching Frankie on PC recently. Glad he's back, first and foremost. The way he sort of integrates stories into his videos is very, very well done. Sometimes it feels a little forced, and I want to try and avoid doing that myself. But I think it's a necessary evil in certain situations. And obviously, it's not going to be that in depth. It's not like we're going to be running around with assault rifles or anything. It's football at the end of the day, not DayZ. But it would be nice to kind of integrate that into it. And I'd like to get the club involved more if possible. Whether it's... That's a good goal from Hudson Doncaster. Whether it's doing player interviews during live streams, or whether it's just talking about recent events. Maybe because Hatfield have a YouTube channel now. I've shouted that out last week in my Journeyman save, but I'll shout it out again here. I'll put a link in the description down below as well, so you can go and sub to the Hatfield Town YouTube channel, which hopefully I'll be helping out with here and there. But trying to integrate as much of that as possible into it, I think would be a good thing to do. But it's not entirely up to me, obviously, so we'll see where we go with that. I've got loads of ideas, a lot of blue sky thinking. Not all of it is going to be possible right now, so it might be something to do in the future. But, oh wow, he's just slammed that pass as well. There was me talking about Clare and his goal scoring record, and he's just absolutely thumped one in. That's his first goal for us. There you go. His match rating wasn't very high just now either, so that's good to see. Hudson Doncaster with the cross to Studholme. Laid it off to Clare. Good first touch. Second touch to set. Don't know what the keeper was doing there. He basically hit it straight at him, but I'll take it. Yeah, not everything will be possible, but I want to try things out. I'm going to start working on some graphics as well for the highlights videos that the club can also use in their match day videos if they do show actual match play. I don't know what the plan is with that. Again, I'm not in charge of the YouTube channel. I want to make that clear. Guy called Aiden's in charge of that, and from what I've seen so far, he's done a very, very good job. But yeah, I might see about making graphics, and if the club want to use them, they're more than welcome to. But something just to try and make this a bit more dynamic. So when Tom, my brother, edits the highlights of 90-minute matches, he's got some graphics to play around with. Plus, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good graphic here and there, is there? Right, and Claire with the throw. Let me know what you think about those ideas, by the way. Or if you've got any ideas. I'm all ears. Any ideas for a series or a save? Good save. Very good save. Any ideas for how to advance the Hatfield Town saves? Because I don't just want to do the same thing every year. And I feel like it did get a little bit repetitive until last year, where I finally had, real life players who I could bring into the game. And the club's support and endorsement and things like that, which is very, very nice, and I'm very grateful for that still. But I do want to take that one step further, and again, if anyone's got any suggestions, they'll be very warmly received. This was a hell of a save, by the way. What a cross by Clare. Griffiths put his heart and soul behind that one, and the keeper somehow kept it out. Very good. So we're coming up to half time, 2-0, looking healthy. I don't know what the league table's looking like right now. We are top of the league, by the way. I forgot to mention that, despite our little blips early in the season. There's many of the cup games where we struggled a little bit. Some league matches, like that 5-5 draw. I don't know why, but it's really stuck with me. It seems like a long time ago now, but I think it was yesterday or the day before in real life when it happened. And I just kept going a goal or two down, and we had to fight back. And every time we equalised, they then went and scored again immediately after. It's really, really annoying. I now know what it's like to play against my teams. It's really annoying when that happens. But yeah, to get a 5-5 draw, I think we got a penalty in like the 98th minute when only 4 minutes were indicated. And we scored a penalty. Gonzalez Velasco scored it to draw 5-5. That's just insane. The fact that we had to rely on a penalty that late in the game just to score the equaliser. So as you can imagine, I wasn't very happy about that. I think we had both centre-backs missing in that game, or one centre-back missing in that game. We had players missing. I know that much. It just wasn't a very good match. I mean, for the fans, it would have been great, I'm sure. But for me, it just wasn't a very good game to be a part of. I feel like we should have done a lot better. But again, you know how picky I am. Oh, what a shot. Young hitting the post there. What an effort. You heard the clunk of that hit in the post. See, I made some changes. I've got the Gegenpress match plan here. I've made some tweaks to that along the way as well. Trying to get a non-league team to play a system like that is very brave, shall we say, especially when they're not full-time. Fitness levels are definitely struggling through all of that. It is kind of funny, though, to see a non-league team just absolutely destroy their opponents by playing a system that even Premier League players can struggle with sometimes. When it works really, really well. And incidentally, I'm still playing my FM20 save off camera. And in that, I've just won the Premier League, the Europa League, the FA Cup, the Community Shield, and the UEFA Super Cup. All playing with that system. Slightly altered system to match FM20's match engine. But by God, when it works, does it work well. Yeah, I thought that was offside. Pretty sure that was offside. Yep. And actually, in the Super Cup, I played PSG. So we're in the 2040s now, so there's no real players in the game anymore. But PSG are still a behemoth in football. And we beat them 6-1 in the UEFA Super Cup. That's how good my team are in that. And it's using the tactics that I'm using here. Or at least very, very similar ones. 2-0 then, full time. Standout player, Nathan Studholme. And Claire with an 8.0, though. I think that's his best game for us, actually. He saved it for the cameras. Then we got Parks on a 7.4. I don't really know why. They only had one shot on... only had one shot on target. We had 9 shots on target and only scored twice. So that tells us where we need to improve still. Hudson Doncaster was 7.3. Griffiths 7.2. Couple of 7s. And then it kind of drops down into the 6s, which I'm not that happy about. I think we got away with one a little bit there. Some players didn't really turn up. But yeah, I'm going to put a cut in here then. And we're going to come back in just a second for the second half of the video. Alrighty then, part 2. We are playing Phoenix Sports in the league. And it said that we might be coming up against a former player who is on the bench. In fact, he's not really on the bench. He's sub number 9. But yeah, Javier 2, who was our right back for the first season and a half or so. He is indeed now at Phoenix Sports. I think that is the only player I am familiar with here. Don't think there's anyone else. But yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of squad rotation. So I'll be honest, I was very, very disappointed in Cotter's performance in that last game. He just didn't do anything. So I'm going to bring Baker back in. Likewise, I'm going to bring Cantwell in for Griffiths. Griffiths did well, but I want to give Cantwell some time because he's starting to throw his toys out the pram a little bit, which I think is fair. I've not really given him a fair shot. Hammond back in for Boateng. And yeah, I don't think there's anyone else. I was about to say Brownford and Claire, but why would I take out the guy who basically was our best player in the last game? That's ridiculous. So we're going to play with this. And we're going to see how we go. Now, obviously, a 2 might be playing for Phoenix Sports. That was a estimate lineup. And he is, in fact, on the bench, number 14. So if he comes on in the second half, we will know about it, I am sure. So yeah, go out and carry on from where you finished last match, which wasn't particularly good. Maybe go out and do better than you did last match would have been a better way of saying it. But what can I do now? It's a bit late for that. 2 changes to their starting lineup from the last match. That's useful information. I don't pay much attention to that. I really should, because there's some good tips and tricks in there, or at least some helpful information about how to set up the team. I really should give it more time of day. Right, back to the keeper then. Baker could potentially charge this down. There he goes. Is he going to force the mistake? He's forced the keeper to go long. Straight to Claire. So yes, I would say that was a mistake. Studholme now, and Claire on the overlap. Couldn't find him though. Inside to Young instead. Young's taking it a long way here. Cantwell trying to run in behind. That was a good idea from the pair of them. Just wasn't quite pulled off. Studholme now to Hudson Doncaster. Lays it off to Cantwell. Not the best pass in the world. Does find Young though, who went for goal. And it was blocked and then cleared. Green with the ball over the top. That's a beautiful ball. Hudson Doncaster brings it down. First attempt blocked. Second attempt wide. Something I hadn't noticed actually when I recorded the first half of this video. This is episode 50. I didn't think we were going to get to 50 at one point, but we have now indeed got to 50. It's one of my many series that have got to 50 episodes, but I'm very, very happy about that. I like to think the quality's gone up a bit since, Cities in Motion 2. when it was just me and Windows Movie Maker and some really bad animations and music. I mean, the music was great. I'm not dissing the music because I still use it. But you know what I mean? God, those were the days. That was before I even had the music that I now use as my theme tune. God, that was a long time ago. Penalty! Referee, thank you. Baker brought down by DeBayo. Is that a yellow? Yes, it is a yellow for DeBayo. And now Baker with a chance to score from the spot. He missed one recently, actually. And he's missed two now. That was not a good penalty. Let's be honest. That was a terrible penalty. Oh, I forgot to turn off the match plan. Oh, it turned itself off. That's fine then. But yeah, episode 50. Cause for celebration, I would say. Yeah, he just kicked that straight at the goalkeeper. To be fair, the keeper's not done a good job there either. Which sounds weird considering he saved it. But I was thinking if a keeper stands still, they've not done their job properly. I always feel like they need to dive. Because let's put it this way. If Baker put that in the bottom corner, the keeper's going to look really stupid. I think I just banged my microphone there as well. Apologies if I did. I've moved my pop filter recently and I keep banging it against my, like the bit that actually holds the microphone to the stand. Because it's all metal, it just echoes constantly. What's the word? Resonates, that's the word. It resonates through the whole boom mic and it really annoys me. I hear it and I'm pretty sure you guys hear it. Like, yeah, you can hear that. I don't know why I did that. Oh, weird and random thing to do. Anyway, 0-0, half time. Not good. Got to make some changes. This is why I look at the analytics a little bit. We are playing pretty much the shape that I would like. The two wingers are a little too narrow for my liking. But we're keeping them penned back. Their number 9 gets over the halfway line, but nobody else does. So I would like to... Ooh, you can't do it from here. I would like to make a change or two. I think one of the changes, I want to bring Vela on for Young. And I also want to bring on... who else isn't having a great game? To be honest, Cotter for Baker, because he missed the penalty. You know, that's blasphemy to me. You don't miss penalties. Not in games like this, where it's pretty important. Every game's important, let's be honest. But, yeah. Anywho. Hopefully we'll have better luck in this second half. Still not great from the lads. Oh, wrong one. Demand more. I might encourage them to be a bit more expressive, actually. Safe hands there from Parks. Let's do that now. Be more expressive. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that for now. And he's thundered that ball forward. Cotter's brought that down beautifully. He goes for goal. Bit of a tame effort in the end. Maybe the rain slowed him down a little bit. This is a hell of a kick from Parks. Look at that. What a chest down that is. You've got to have confidence to do that. Cotter's actually a lot taller than I thought he was as well. I remember when it said he could play as a target man. I looked at him and thought, really? But compared to the centre-backs there, he is actually quite tall. He has grown a lot since he first came into the first team, of course. That's a ball. There's a goal. Jason Green. Hudson Doncaster with the assist. I was actually just about to bring Hudson Doncaster off. And I am still going to do that. We'll bring Sadie on to replace him. Just to give him a rest. He's played a lot of football. Look at this for a goal, though. Flicks it over the top. Runs onto it. Side foot volley into that top corner. What a goal. He's not offside. Get over it. But yeah, Cotter. He's grown a lot since the season's... What was it? Season 2 he came in. This is now season 4. I want to say. Was this season 4? I think it's the season 4. And he's fitting into that striker role very, very nicely. To the point that someone who scored 50 goals last season is struggling to get into the team. That's testament. Oh, good effort from Studholme. Hit the bar. Another opportunity here. That's a nice pullback. Great first touch from Sadie to open up the crossing angle. Couldn't quite get there in time before the defender, though. And that is another corner. I love watching this team play when they're on top form. They're so good to watch. That was a good ball to the back post as well. Header on that and it could have been a goal. Vela back to Spooner. Sound like an aircraft flying over, that crowd noise. I don't know what that was all about. I'm going to bring in Claire off in a bit. Obviously, we can't bring anyone on because we've made 3 subs. But if he's got a pulled groin, I don't want to leave him out there too long. So we're going to play the last 10 minutes without a left back. Hopefully, we don't need a left back. Studholm does track back a fair amount. Cantwell here, pulls it back to Hammond, back to Cantwell. Hammond, across to Vela. Vela goes for goal. There's the second. That's a beautiful finish. When the ball gets pulled across the box like that, I'm always thinking hit it. That's his first goal for us as well. Are you joking? I thought he'd scored before. Good build up this. 1-2 there. Back to Hammond. You look at Vela shaping up. Comes to him. He somehow managed to kick it through the referee and into the back of the net. Nicely, nicely done. I can't complain, to be honest. We've had some bad moments in this game. The missed penalty, couple of missed chances. But when you're coming out of it with 2 goals like that, 2 very good goals as well. 3 very good goals. Cotter with the assist there for Sadie. What can I say? I'm not going to critique this performance. It's too good. There are some things to the player fitness you can see is still something that needs addressing. Harwood and Parks have had a pretty quiet game, but they might not have had much to do, to be fair. Cotter has now got an assist, so his rating will go up, and Sadie's just scored, so his rating will go up. There they go. 7.3 each. Yeah, not much else to say, really. Really, really good performance from the lads. I am definitely going to keep playing this save off camera. Even when the 22 save starts, I think I'm going to keep playing this. I'm going to have 3 saves going for the first time in God knows how many years. Yeah, 3-0. Excellent, excellent performance. And I'm going to leave this episode here, guys. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And, of course, if you enjoyed the series so far. Drop those comments down below. Like I said, any ideas for the new series, which I will reveal the name of in the not-too-distant future. Feel free to share those down below. Other than that, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.